She didn't lose interest in you. She lost hope. And that is a very different kind of loss. Because losing interest is quick. It's cold. It happens in a moment. But losing hope? That takes months. Sometimes years. It happens in silence, one small moment at a time. And if you're watching this right now, there's a part of you that already knows this is true. You felt the shift. You noticed something change. But you didn't know what to call it. Here's what you missed. She was still there. She was still texting back. Still showing up. Still smiling. But something behind her eyes had already started to go quiet. And here's the part most people never figure out. She didn't decide to leave all at once. She grieved you while she was still with you. Let that sit for a second. Now stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you explains everything. Why she became distant. Why conversations became shorter. Why she stopped bringing up the future. Why she stopped fighting. Why the silence got louder than anything she ever said. It all starts with one thing she once felt, and slowly stopped believing. She imagined a future with you. That's where this story really begins. There was a time, maybe early on, maybe somewhere in the middle, when she'd lie awake thinking about what life with you could look like. Not in some fantasy way. In a real, grounded, emotional way. She thought about the small things. Cooking with you. Building something together. Being chosen by you every single day. She wasn't asking for perfection. She was asking for consistency. And for a while, she thought she saw it in you. In the way you looked at her. In the conversations you had late at night. In the way you talked about someday like it was already real. But then, someday never got closer. And she started noticing things. Not in an accusatory way at first. Quietly. The way someone notices a crack in the wall and thinks, maybe it's nothing. You canceled plans. Not once. A pattern. You talked about the future, but only when it was comfortable. When she actually brought it up seriously, you deflected. Changed the subject. Made a joke out of it. You were present in moments, but absent in meaning. And here's where the psychology gets deep, because this is the part no one talks about. She didn't start pulling away because she stopped loving you. She started pulling away because she was protecting herself from the love that wasn't going anywhere. There's a concept in relationship psychology called emotional anticipatory grief. It's when someone begins mourning a loss before it officially happens. When the mind starts preparing for an ending the heart hasn't accepted yet. That's what was happening to her. Every time you dismissed a serious conversation, she grieved a little. Every time she brought up where things were going and you got uncomfortable, she grieved a little more. Every time she reached for your hand emotionally and felt you pull back, something inside her quietly closed. She wasn't dramatic. She wasn't overreacting. She was just reading the truth of your actions, and your actions kept telling her the same thing. You were comfortable. But you weren't committed. Now here are the 3 stages she went through. And if you've been in this situation, you'll recognize every single one. Stage 1, doubt. It started as a quiet question she asked herself in private. Is this going where I think it is? She watched other people. Couples who were moving forward, growing together, building things. And she looked at her situation and felt a gap she couldn't explain. She didn't bring it up at first. She told herself she was overthinking. She pushed it down. She gave you the benefit of the doubt. But doubt, when it's ignored, doesn't disappear. It waits. Stage 2. Emotional distance. This is the stage most men notice too late, and misread entirely. She got quieter. Less expressive. She stopped sharing every thought with you. Stopped updating you about her day. Stopped sending you that random meme she saw and thought of you. You probably thought she was in a mood. She was actually in a reckoning. Because when a woman stops bringing you into her inner world, it's not because she doesn't care anymore. It's because she's rehearsing life without you. She's testing, not to manipulate you, but to survive. To see if the distance hurts less than the hope did. And this is the brutal part. If you didn't notice. If you didn't reach. If you filled that silence with comfort instead of curiosity. You confirmed her doubt. Without saying a single word. Stage 3, future disconnection. This is the final stage. And by the time she reaches it, the damage is almost always done. She stops talking about the future. Not because she has no dreams, but because she no longer sees you in them. This is when the relationship becomes surface level. Safe but hollow. Conversations become transactional. She's still kind. Still civil. But the vulnerability is gone. And you know why? Because vulnerability requires safety. And she no longer felt safe imagining a future with you, because every time she did, reality disappointed her. There's a moment, one specific moment, when a woman mentally checks out. It's not always a big fight. It's not always a betrayal. Sometimes it's the 5th time she brought up something that mattered to her, and you half listened. Sometimes it's the moment she realized you knew exactly what she needed, and chose comfort over effort. Sometimes it's a Tuesday afternoon where nothing happened, and she sat alone and thought. I can't keep waiting for someone who doesn't realize what they have. That's the moment. Quiet. Invisible. Devastating. Here's the truth you need to hear. She didn't lose interest suddenly. She loved you for a long time while watching the evidence that you weren't ready to choose her the way she deserved. And here's what that means for you, right now, wherever you are in your life. It means the next woman you love, or the woman you want back, doesn't need grand gestures. She needs to see that you understand what future actually means to her. It means consistency that doesn't waver when things get boring. It means showing up in conversations about tomorrow, not with fear, but with genuine presence. It means making her feel like a destination, not a stop along the way. Because she wasn't just your girlfriend. She was someone who looked at you and thought, him. This is the person I want to build something real with. And the question you need to sit with today isn't, why did she leave? The question is, what kind of man am I building myself into? Because the next version of you, the one that's aware, intentional, and emotionally present, that version doesn't make the same mistake. That version doesn't make a woman grieve a future that was right in front of both of you. Take this seriously. She saw something in you worth imagining a life around. Don't let that be the thing you only realize after she's gone. If this hits something real in you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you've been on her side of this story, the one who quietly gave up hope while still showing